Welcome back to the channel, guys. Here it is, Memorial Day 2026. My mind is officially blown with the way the values continue to go crazy on these cars. So this is VIN 2234, and it's a bit of an oddity. So this is a 2017 083, which is ultra white, with LA20 black interior, and it's for sale with about 12,000 miles, like 11,700 miles, at CarMax at their internal dealer auction in Chicago, Illinois. It's titled as a Washington State car, originally from California. And so there's a couple caveats with this one. First and foremost, it's disclosed as not actual miles, and it looks like it is a clerical error. So about 4 or 5 years ago, it was announced that it had an even 12,000 miles, 12,000 miles. And then in March of this year, it was reported it had like 11,300 miles, so that's less. And then here it is at the auction with 11,700 miles, so it's still less. So therefore, it got branded as not actual miles, but I think that it is original because it's still wearing 2016 date codes on the tires. It's a 2017. So I think that the mileage is original. However, there is a big however here. It's disclosed with this audio, and I'm gonna sit here for a minute so you can hear this. So that to me sounds like a knocking engine. It says it's disclosed in the auction as major engine defect. And that to me definitely sounds like it, but it is also, they pulled the codes and it's throwing 3 codes. It's a P0352, P0354, and P0356. Now those are coil codes. They're not necessarily a misfire, but that could be somebody unplugged the coils, trying to get one over on people, you know, and make it sound like it's a terrible sounding car or something. But if it's running on 5 cylinders, I don't think it would sound like that. And to me, that definitely sounds like a knock, but you know, I'm fairly mechanically inclined, but that could be some other things too. Not saying it needs an engine, but it definitely sounds like it. So with that said, what did it sell for? Again, you will not believe this. $67,000 plus auction fees for this car with a engine that has a disclosed major engine defect and not actual miles. So absolutely mind-blowing. However, this continues to be a trend with these cars, is that these cars are fetching crazy prices at auction, and it is continuing. So now we're almost 90 days that this is just continuing to go up, up, up. And it is sort of a K-shaped market. It is the low mile, originally no issues, clean title cars like this that are continuing to shoot up in value, and then you have everything else. Something that has high mileage but clean title, or the problem children, the clapped out ones, those are going the other direction. They're still holding their value strong, but they're slowly depreciating, where everything else is continuing to go up. So that's why I said it's a K-shaped market. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and do the deep dive, and we'll find out a little bit more about this car. Production statistics: 648 out of the 2,348 cars for the US 49, everywhere except Hawaii, were ultra white. 266 had LA20 black interior. So that's the second most common color combo on these cars. White with red was the most common. This is white with black, 11.33%. So it's like a 1 or 2 out of 10 for rarity. As I said, second most common. For 2017, lower production, 115 out of the 342 cars, so like a third of them were ultra white, and 50 of them had LA20 black interior. So this car at its rarest is 1 of 50. Carfax, Epic VIN, and AutoCheck. Carfax, my 2026 one, shows this as a 3-owner, no accident, and I think it's a 2-owner, and so I'll get to that in a little bit here. My 2024 Carfax also shows this as a 3-owner, no accident. Epic VIN shows us as a 5-owner, not actual miles disclosed, as of May 22nd, 2026. This is May 25th, so just 3 days ago, but it's still claiming a clean title. AutoCheck shows this as a 1-owner, no accident, leased car the entire time, and it's disclosed as an odometer discrepancy, but it's not branded, not actual miles. So this is really all over the place for all three of them. There's no real clear and consistent answer here, but I think this is a 2-owner, no accident car. It's a California car and then a Washington State car. That's what it looks like to me. Previous sales. So this car first went on sale in March or April of 2017, $88,500 in Carlsbad, California at Lexus of Carlsbad, and it sold as a lease in January of 2018, so about 10 months for sale to an owner in California. Carfax shows the second owner in the same location as the original. So I think that maybe they moved or something like that, some registration that triggered a new owner, something along those lines, but I think that is the same owner. That's my opinion based on staring at these for the last 6 years. But then it shows probably a private sale. It's to a new owner in Washington State in 2021, and then there's no further mileage reported after that, and that's at 8,800 miles or so. But then there's a bunch of registration renewals in Washington State, so it still stayed registered, but Washington State doesn't report the mileage when the registration is renewed. So a duplicate title was issued a few weeks ago, and AutoCheck showed it as 12,000 miles in June of 2021, and this is where all of this not actual miles or odometer discrepancy happens, but that was like 5 years ago that it said 12,000 miles. Here it is in 2026 with 11,700 miles. You know, see, it's close enough, but it's probably the time, and there's more than one entry where it's lower than 12,000, and so that's probably what's triggering all this. But 11,738 miles here at the end of May 2026 at the CarMax internal auction. I'm of the opinion that it's probably a clerical error, and just it triggered everything else as not actual miles because it's lower. So now into the photos. This car looks like a brand new car, just about. I mean, it is fantastic. The seats, they still have the satin finish. When the leather is brand new, it's like a satin finish. It's not shiny. Shiny leather is dirty leather. And I mean, it looks brand new. There's no carbon fiber trim delamination. I don't see any defects in the paint, maybe on the edge of the front bumper. But I mean, it looks phenomenal. I do see 2016 date codes on the tires, and they're Pilot Super Sports. So that kind of jives with the mileage. They're dry rotting, and this car has 12,000 miles. So the tires would be about halfway worn if it's easy life, or maybe 2/3 of the way worn if it's had a harder life. But that kind of adds up to this car probably is the original mileage that's showing on the odometer, 11,700 miles. I do see a little curb rash on the passenger side front wheel. Not a big deal there. But of course, the elephant in the room is this engine noise and the codes that are being thrown, maybe or maybe not as a result. It is not good, and hopefully it's something minor, and the buyer that paid $67,000 for this car got a good deal. But if it does need an engine, so I've priced out what a short block costs, and depending on if you buy it through Bell Lexus or somewhere where it's discounted or retail, but between $10,000 and $12,000 just for the short block assembly, if it is indeed like rod bearings or something like that, or if there's other damage. Now, if the heads get damaged, other things, like, it's going to be more expensive. But if you look at LKQ, carpart.com, etc., for used long block, like full engines, you're talking about with 60,000 miles on them, so you're kind of devaluing the point of this car having 12,000 miles. Those are between $8,000 and $10,000 for a used long block with 60,000 miles. That sucks. So no matter what, if this car needs an engine, you're looking at least $10,000 parts-wise, plus labor, plus everything else that you have to replace along the way. It could get very expensive very fast, to the point where if you're in this $67,000 plus shipping, plus fees. It's going back to Washington State. So this car, you could easily be in at $80,000+ if you have to replace the engine, if not more. And at that point, you've probably spent too much. So as I said, the codes that are being thrown are P0352, P0354, and P0356. So those are coils for one side of the engine, and that would make me think that there's, if you unplug them, then you'll get that code. But if there's any other issues, it wouldn't be a misfire code, because the spark plug not firing, it would trigger a misfire code. I don't think that's what it is. It hopefully is something minor, but it doesn't sound like it. So now into the service history. This car is pretty well dealer serviced until 2020 and 8,800 miles. So basically under the California ownership, it was well serviced. Washington State, when it moved there in 2021, there's nothing. So it's a big old question mark. However, between now and then, 8,800 miles to 11,700, it's basically just an oil change. So the first entry of note is April of 2017, install body side moldings, and this car no longer has those. And so that was a dealer add-on that was pretty common at the time, and a lot of people didn't like them. They're just adhesive, and they don't look very good in my opinion. This is kind of what they look like. Here's another car I recently did, but they're obviously not there anymore. June of 2018, the JLB recall at 2,300 miles and an oil change. April of 2019, 5,000 miles, oil change. So it looks like they're putting about 2,500 miles a year on it at the time. October of 2019, 6,300 miles, an oil change. May of 2020, 7,500 miles, an oil change, and the KLG was done. That's the GPS location reporting incorrectly, so that's done. And they noted that the dash was sticky. So the ZLZ, the parts were ordered to replace the dash. And then the very next service in June of 2020, they replaced the dash under the ZLZ. So this car has a new dash in it, and it's already situated there. And the last service, December of 2020, 8,821 miles, an oil change. And that's it. So what's not done? Basically everything other than the high pressure fuel pump recall, the KLG, and the ZLZ being done. It's had regular oil changes, so that's good, but it definitely needs one because it hasn't had one in 5 years. But basically everything else needs to be done on this car. Fluids, tires, brakes are probably 2/3 of the way through their life, you know, if not sooner. There's a lot of things that are going to have to be addressed on this car just due to age, and so tires being the big one, of course. So there's definitely going to be some more money that'll have to be put into this car just because it has done so much sitting. Hopefully the fuel in it, you know, didn't ruin fuel pumps and everything like that. However, this car is still under the low pressure fuel pump recall, that the parts are not yet available. They're supposed to be available here in June of 2026. So this car will have a new low pressure fuel pump as well. So that brings me to, would I buy this car? At $67,000 plus shipping plus fees, so you're like $70,000. That's not just a no, that is a hell no with the noise coming out of this engine. And that is basically full on retail. If it had needed nothing and had no engine issues, that would be the top of the market right now here in the end of May 2026. Now, the market is trending up, and it's trending up pretty quick for some of these nicer examples. And you know, it's worth what somebody's willing to pay for it, and obviously people are willing to pay big money for these cars with low mileage and no stories. However, this car having engine issues, you know, I kind of theorized that this car was going to sell in like the low to mid 30s, something like that, thinking that, oh, you know, I've got to put $15,000 into it for an engine and labor and everything else, plus tires, plus maybe brakes, the other things, the fluids, you know, and then you're in this car 50 grand, and then you sell it for 60 or 65, but just blew right past all of that. Definitely a mind-blowing price, but maybe we'll look back in 10 years from now and say, wow, that went cheap, you know, kind of like what the Supermarket and some of these others have done. You know, there's 8,800 Supras, there's only 2,400 GSFs, so, you know, you could look at it that way too. Yeah, there's a lot to take into consideration in that regard. But anyway, it is what it is. VIN 2234, you may or may not be seeing this pop up in the near future, so here's the video on it. Make sure you thumbs up, subscribe as always, comment down below what you think about the price on this one. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you soon.